everybody? Diet Addict coming at you again with another video where today I'm going to be talking about what I feel is the best diet for natural lifters. Now when I say best diet, I mean diet that I recommend. I'm a nutritionist, I'm a nutrition educator, but I'm not a dietitian. I can't prescribe diets to anybody. I can only give them, daily recommendations that the average person might go through. But especially for natural lifters, this is what I recommend for most of us. So what I'm going to say, a lot of people say, of course, duh, but a lot of us don't do it. And I'm also going to give some nutrients that a lot of natural lifters may be not getting enough of to help maximize their gains. So I recommend having a whole foods diet. That means getting your 5 basic food groups and eating your food and not really using supplements like whey protein and all these different kind of like shakes like muscle milk or anything like that to be the main staple of your meal. Like don't have a protein shake for breakfast and only have that for breakfast. Have foods to get your protein sources, your carbs and your fats and everything. So getting 5 cups of fruits and vegetables, 2.5 of each. Getting about 3 cups of dairy, and depending on your diet, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Get over 6 ounces of grains, over 6 ounces of protein. Getting the basic food groups. Now the nutrients that a lot of people may be sleeping on, I'm just going to give a few, but there are a lot more than just this because there's a whole bunch of different nutrients. But these are the nutrients I feel a lot of natural lifters need to get more of. So let's start first with vitamin C. Vitamin C helps.
You could have just turned it on silent.
Vitamin C promotes health in your blood vessels and also helps with putting oxygen in your blood. So putting oxygen in the muscles that need it. Next we'll do calcium. Calcium not only helps with bone density, but also helps with muscle contractions, which is really important. And a lot of people don't really think about that. We also have vitamin D, which helps with not only muscle contractions, but also helps with hormones. So getting a good sufficient of vitamin D, you can get that from milk, and get that from walking out in the sun. But the testosterone, the thing that helps you get a little more muscle, that's why men can get more muscle than females when it comes to lifting weights a lot quicker. It's because we have more testosterone, and it helps with the hormonal balance of it. For those who may be deficient in vitamin D, if you're not outside, if outside is mostly throughout the year, it's kind of cloudy and everything, you might need a supplement for that. And I have a video that talks about supplements that you probably should be having. Multivitamin is definitely one that I don't recommend because it may take away from things. Like if you have too much vitamin C but you need iron, your body may take more of the vitamin C than iron. It's kind of like it's kind of like carbon monoxide when you need oxygen, but your body says, oh hey, carbon monoxide, and it uses that, and then it can't attach to any oxygen. Then that's how people pass out and later die of carbon monoxide. So your body's kind of the same way. It may take some nutrients that's already has an efficient amount of, and it'll come to the detriment of others, which promotes it can be bad in the long run. Next would be the B vitamins, like vitamin B6 and vitamin B12, and all the other B vitamins in between. So it helps with protein metabolism and energy production. Next would be, the vitamin E, magnesium, and also potassium, which helps with recovery and also helps with your muscle contractions. And last but not least, iron, which helps promote more oxygen in your blood. And there's also other nutrients, from all over. Like we haven't talked about phosphorus or any of this other kind of stuff, but these are the ones that natural lifters probably should be watching out for. Next, we're going to be talking about macronutrients. So your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. Now, you're going to be getting calories from only these three things. So carbs, you need all of them. You need carbs, you need fats, you need proteins. Now, people who eliminate carbs, that's not a good idea. In another video, in the past video I posted, I explained why, but your body uses carbs naturally. Your body loves to use carbs. If it doesn't use carbs, it's in a state of ketosis. That's when you use fats. That's the whole ketogenic diet thing. Now, like I said, ketogenic diets does have a place when it comes to losing weight short term, but long term it can have negative health effects, especially if you're eating a lot of meat. So if you are not going to listen to me and continuously be on a ketogenic diet, I highly recommend getting your fats from plants. So getting it from avocados, getting it from nuts, getting it from seeds, getting it from legumes, getting it from beans. These are high in fat, but it's the good fats, not the trans fat or saturated fat that you may get in the meats. Because yeah, the leaner the meat, the better, but it still does have, you know, some of the bad fats that, you know, can cause negative health effects. So you have that, you have the paleo diet. I hate paleo diets because it makes no sense. It's scientifically not even accurate, because the whole thing about paleo diets is they can't have dairy, they can't have grains, because in their mind, people in the Paleolithic period didn't have access to grains. But you know, that's not true, because you know, research shows that like skulls, like look at the skull, and there's fragments of brains in these human skulls back in the Paleolithic period. So grains are like, grains is, you need grains because it has, you know, it's a good carb source, especially whole grains. It has your iron, it has lots of protein, it has all these nutrients in whole grains, and they take out most of these nutrients when it's enriched. So like white rice as opposed to brown rice, whole wheat flour, stuff like that. Like you need your grains, especially whole grains. Try to make at least half your grains whole grains. You also have, you know, the vegetarian diet and the vegan diet. Now, out of all the diets, if you're not gonna have a whole foods diet, you're not gonna have all 5 food groups, I definitely recommend either having a pescatarian diet, which is fish, but you're a vegetarian as well, or a vegetarian diet. Now, vegan diets, yes, they are healthy for you. However, since you are restricting dairy, unless it's like, you know, almond milk or coconut milk or stuff like that, and you're definitely restricting a lot of animal products, like eggs and, you know, meat in general, you may be deficient in some vitamins, like, you know, B vitamin. And like I said before, you know, some of these nutrients are important for muscle, you know, synthesis. It's important for balance. It's definitely important for you getting gains. So if you are a vegan, it's fine that you are a vegan, but just make sure you know, you may have to supplement like vitamin B12 or stuff like that. Next, we're going to talk about protein and how much protein you actually need in your diet. Now, the golden rule for bodybuilding is having at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, there are some studies that say 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. Now, this is a big difference because 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So let's say, this is me for example, I weigh 202 pounds. If I were to have 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight, that's like 92 grams of protein, which in my opinion is not a lot at all, especially me being a lifter. Now, so let's just use the whole, you know, 2 grams or 1 gram per pound of body weight. I'm going to show you right now, because I track my food with using a fitness app. I'm going to show you what I typically eat, because right now I am cutting and I'm only getting about, you know, 2,600 calories. I'm going to just tell you what I had yesterday, and I'll tell you the macronutrients, and I'm not going to really tell you the vitamins and minerals and everything, but I'll tell you how easy it is to get, you know, this 200 gram number while cutting, and also without having like whey protein and stuff like that. So for breakfast, I have 350 calories now, which is eggs, turkey bacon, and cheese. For lunch, I had, you know, 3/4 cups of cooked brown rice, 9 ounces of chicken breast, and asparagus. I normally don't count vegetables because vegetables doesn't really have a lot of calories that would go into MyFitnessPal and everything. So I do eat a lot of salads, do have a lot of baby carrots on the side for snacks, but normally I don't put that in MyFitnessPal. So when I see my micronutrients, I know it's a lot higher than what it actually is because I have vegetables throughout. But I do count my fruits though, because fruits, most fruits are high in carb. Some fruits like bananas have a lot of carbs in it, so I do have to count that one. Dinner, I had Black Angus sirloin steak, 6 ounces, and I had a half a cup of dried those cooked, but half a cup of cooked black beans. That's about 508 calories. My lunch, by the way, is 921 calories. And I put for my snack, that shake that I make post-workout that I showed you guys in another video. If you want to watch, you can, but that was about 900 calories. And altogether, that was around 2,600, 2,700 calories. And this is me cutting. And my macronutrients was 250 grams of protein, 228 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fiber, 78 grams of fat, and you know, my macronutrients is a lot bigger than what it shows here. But that was me without having, you know, a whey protein. Now, cutting, I did have actually a whey protein shake after that, because when you cut, when you're losing weight and when you're losing fat, you are going to be losing some muscle while you are losing fat. Like it's just inevitable that you might lose some muscle. So to stop this from happening, or to halt it from happening, to have it not progress as far, you do need to up your protein intake. So I did have about 30 grams of protein more than what MyFitnessPal said. But if you're bulking, try to have 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you're maintaining, 1 gram per pound of body weight. But if you are cutting, I would say 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. So, whatever that is with your body weight, that's fine. But that's pretty much it. That's basically the whole natural diet, what I think is the best natural diet for natural lifters. Now, for Cliff Notes, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, dairies, getting your daily recommendations for that. Also, there's different vitamins and minerals that, do help your body. I don't really agree with different diets like the ketogenic diet, especially long term, or paleo diet. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you are going to go vegan, it's fine, but make sure you get most of your fats from plant sources foods. That's for ketogenic. But if you are going to go vegan, just you might need to get a supplement because you might be deficient, like vitamin B12 and stuff like that. Getting 1 pound or 1 gram per pound of body weight, and that's it. So if you like my video, like anything I had to say, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, or follow, and share this video if you think this helped you, or if you think it's going to help someone else. I'm Don Dottie. Peace.